for the 5 continental places.
And those elected are from the African Judo Union, Antonio Moreira of Angola.
For Europe is Georgi Zantaraya of Ukraine.
From the Judo Union of Asia, Ebinuma Masashi of Japan.
And for Oceania Judo Union is Natalie Galea of Australia.
And from the Pan American Judo Confederation, Tiago Camilo of Brazil. The 4 IJF nominated members are
Teddy Rinner of France, Kayla Harrison of the United States of America, Mylinda Kelmendi of Kosovo, and Ivan Nifontov of Russia.
And we wish all the members, the new members, the very best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we come now to the OTP Bank Award for the best Hungarian athlete. And we invite Mr. Nagy Zoltán, Marketing Director of the OTP Bank, to present the check for $5,000 to the winner, who is Borbána. Ladies and gentlemen, we come now to the official IJF flag handover ceremony of these 2017 Suzuki World Judo Championships. And we invite to the stage the President of the Hungarian Judo Association, Dr. Tóth László, the President of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Mariusz Víza, and the Vice President of the Azerbaijan Judo Federation, Mr. Sadik Sadikov. Dr. Tóth László will now return the IJF flag to the President of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Mariusz Víza. And now to receive the flag on behalf of next year's hosts, the Vice President of the Azerbaijan Judo Federation, Mr. Sadik Sadikov. And now let's take a look at the promotional video for next year's World Championships to be staged in Baku, Azerbaijan who send you a warm invitation to join them next year.
Well, very big welcome back to Budapest, the capital of Hungary, and to the final day of competition from the 2017 Suzuki World Judo Championships. This incredible city has hosted an amazing World Championships, and after 6 action-packed days of individual competition, today we've got the teams. 21 teams will battle it out for world supremacy. Now get ready for action and drama, because team competition is something else. We're going to start tonight's session with France versus Russia. It's a bronze medal team match, and I'm going to leave it up to my co-commentator Sheldon Franco-Rooks to introduce the teams.
Very good afternoon, Neil, and a very good afternoon to everyone at home. Let's take a rundown of the French team. Hélène Rossevaux, Benjamin Axus, Marie-Yves Gahy. There's Axel Clerget in your shot now. A newcomer really at plus 70 kilo category, Romain Dicot of France, and bringing up the rear, the big man filling in for Teddy Riner at plus 90 kilos is Cyril Marais. There are some of the French team who are sitting watching. Right, let's take a look at the Russian team. At under 57 kilo category, Anastia Konkina, Zelimkhan Ozdoyev at under 73. At under 70, Valentina Maltseva. At under 90, the exciting Mikhail Igolnikov. He's really on fire today. At plus 70, Anna Gushina. And the last man in there, the big man, Andrei Volkov. That's the team then. Rossevaux, Axus, Gahy, Clerget, Dicot and Marais for France. And for Russia, Konkina, Ozdoyev, Maltseva, Igolnikov, Gushina and Volkov. That is the lineup.
What can I say? This is a brand new format. It's mixed teams, 3 ladies, 3 men, and it's going to go ladies category, men's, ladies, men's, ladies, men's. And what they've done, they've actually they've put a couple of the categories together. We haven't got the lightest weight categories down there, the under 48, 52 kilos for the ladies, and we haven't got the lightest men's weight categories under 60, 66s. But what we have got is we have chances that some of the light heavyweights can fight the heavyweights, the super heavyweights, and it always turns out to be really interesting stuff when they do that. We've seen some great matches in the preliminary rounds, we really have, and it's been quite interesting because there are different strengths, aren't there? Because some countries have got good programs for both men and women, some have got good men's programs and are really struggling with this kind of format.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to find anyone in and around the medals who isn't completely balanced, and that's why the perennial medalists, Georgia, in team events, out of it.
Yeah, that's incredible. So they realise they've got to get a program together that incorporates their women for team matches, that's for sure. So here we go. Rossevaux then, there against Konkina, and Rossevaux is in white. Everything the same, it's individual competition, but what happens is your wins are very, very important. It goes on wins. The one with the most wins will win the match. But if it's 3-3, it'll go on points, and if it's equal on points as well, what they'll do is draw out a name from the hat, and one of the ones that has already fought will have to fight again. No pressure whatsoever.
It's the process by which we will add up the scores, I'll tell you, as and when that becomes, necessary. Right now, Neil's, got it right. Look at the wins, 1-0, 2-0, 2-2, 3-3. You know where you are with that. We'll let you know about the points as and when that becomes necessary.
Yeah, it's fairly self-explanatory as well as we go through it. And Sony Tsurakumi, oh, that was a good score there by the Russian. You said, didn't you, she's been on fire, and that was amazing. Sony Tsurakumi, gosh, he took her off the other shoulder. And that's a Wazari. Is that a Wazari or is that a Nippon? Did she get given Nippon?
Well, she was given Nippon first of all, but Konkina would have had to have turned for them to say that she still had control of that, because Rossevaux was pulling her back one way. Anyway, they said there was enough control, but it wasn't flat on her back, so Wazari was the score.
Well, this is where it does count, because I can tell you now that if she'd have won by Ippon, she would have got 10 points for the win. And if it's only a Wazari, it's only 1 point. And if it's a Shido win, no points, but the win counts. So that makes a big difference at the end of these team competitions. So that means a lot, doesn't it? Here's the throw, and it's on her side.
Yep.
It's not an Ippon, it's a Wazari.
Good call.
Wow, what an attacking contest this is. First bronze medal contest. Now, going for the arm lock here. The difference that I can tell you now, the dugout there is, all the team are in the dugout. And they've got 2 team managers that can go in there as well. One at the side of the mat and then one in the dugout. So all the time they're supporting each other, and you can see them there. They're just shouting for their teammates all the time.
It won't quite be manic in the dugout as yet. It will get there as the scores start going up and the tension starts to build. A little bit too far away with that effort. But she won't pick up a false attack. Manages to get one in.
She has had good form, Konkina, today. She really has. And Rossevaux, such a strong fighter. Uchimata! Elbow out, didn't land on her side. Now she's going for the strangle. Oh, it's across the face. She was quick to point out. Actually, you've got to be very careful you do that, because sometimes they think you're submitting. So you've got to go underneath the chin for any kind of strangle to be applied. There's a strangle which goes against the side of the neck, and then there's a choke which goes across the front of the neck. Either way, you can get a submission. Rossevaux really taking it to the Russian. Can't afford to go into defensive mode too early.
Yeah, there's too much time for her to back off, and I don't think she wants to. It's just that Rossevaux has been putting in the attacks, and she hasn't been able to settle to get an attack in. Rossevaux's really putting the pressure on here.
Well, she got a good attack there again. It's the one she scored with, but still needs to attack at the right time. Left-handed Uchimata she does, the Russian, and then she'll switch it to the other side, so she goes left and right. Rossevaux attacking on the ground. You know, that doesn't look like much. When they've crossed the legs over, you can't breathe. You know, you're about 3/4 of the way through the contest there, and there's no air going in. Nothing worse, and claustrophobic.
Yeah,
she's done
that's
it.
Yeah.
That's going to be an Ippon. I'm almost sure, because she bridged out of that, and I'm not so sure that she's not going to get Ippon off that. Oh, gets a Wazari. Ooh, Wazari each. She was lucky to get away with that.
Yeah, we just saw it once there. There was a suspicion of the bridge. It could also have been an over the throat. The arms out, she was all over.
She gets the Jujigatami there, absolutely rips the arm out there. The intention there was absolute, and she just gets the Jujigatami. What a win for her.
Relentless. After giving up that score, it was non-stop from Helene Rossevaux.
Yeah, she nearly got thrown for Ippon. And you've got to give credit to the Russian, because she just kept at it as well. She was attacking all the time. And the thing is that when you're attacking all the time and it's open judo, then you're open for attack yourself.
So 1-0, the French lead. After a bit of a scare, Rossevaux dishes out a bit of a roughing up.
I have seen it, that they've gone 3 contests down before, and they bring it back and win the event. So a team match, you can bring it back from anything.
The next one is women under 73 kilos.
Right, coming up next, Benjamin Axus of France faces Zemlikan Ozdoyev of Russia. It's Axus in the white judogi, Ozdoyev in blue.
Well, just another chance here just to have a look at the jujigatami that she does here. It's a straight arm lock against the arm when it's straight, and just quite basic way in, actually. Just hooked onto the arm, pulls it back, and on it goes.
Just waiting for the two fighters to take to the mat, and in that time, I can tell you, France had a bye in the first round. They downed Hungary in round 2. They came a cropper against Korea in the quarter-final, and that put them down in the repechage contest, where they overcame Germany. That put them up against Russia here. Meanwhile, the route for the Russians, they had first round win over Cuba. They then defeated the Netherlands. They also defeated Georgia in that quarterfinal, and in the semi-final they lost out to Brazil. So that's how they got here. Right, Axus in the white judogi, Ozdoyev in blue. Here's Neil.
Well, Axus is quite new on the scene. I saw him, didn't look, couldn't get his feet properly in the quarter-final, the repechage final. So he's very, very awkward, very one-sided. And he looks very awkward, but he did get thrown. But we'll see. This is another match. This is for third place. So left to left. Well, I think if you have a look at the squads that they put forward, the Russians, I mean, they could probably put about 5 teams out here. And, you know, we saw in the first round that Turkey could only put four fighters out, 4 different weight categories. So they had to give up 2 weight categories immediately. But at least they were here, and at least they were fighting. But such depth, the Russian people. Oh, well, he went for the pickup there, and he got taken down. Wazari scored there. Axus was very quick with that counter, straight into the hold down. Can he hold him? Well, he's got him now, and he's holding on to that, hasn't he? He's got the head really, really tight there. 20 seconds he's got to hold him for. Ippon. And that is another 10 points and another win for France.
You can see how pleased the French team are about that win. They knew he took a bit of a beating in an earlier round, yeah. Sorry to say, but he did. He got lashed earlier on, and now against, you know, a top quality Russian, catches him and then finishes it off on the ground to give France a 2-0 lead.
And the points, they are important. They're not important till they are, until all wins are equal. So a good win for him, 2-0 up for France, and that's a great start in this first bronze medal match.
We'll have some highlights, and then we'll be back with the third contest in the match between France and Russia, which at the moment the French are leading 2-0 after 2 wins from one from Helene Rossovot and then one from Benjamin Axus. Konkina and Ozdoyev going down-nil.
Well, this is how he got into it. He actually pulled him in, didn't he, the Russian there? Ozdoyev pulled him in looking for the big pickup, but it was Ojigari straight into the hold down. That face there says it all.
Yeah, he wasn't in the best position to bring that technique off, and that was what made him pay. 2-0. France, Russia beginning to perspire, I think.
I think so. You know, all that hard work.
Amano Akiko is in the middle for this one, and I think probably 2 more after this. They normally give them a few in the middle before they rotate them in the team event. So we should probably do this one and 1 or 2 more. Right, coming up now, Marie-Yves Gahi of France faces Valentina Maltseva of Russia. It's Gahi in the white judogi, Maltseva in blue. 2-0, Neil.
It's had good form. Gahi, very, very solid in her performance. Maltseva Strong fighter, so it could go either way, this one. Be strong on the grips straight away. And again, it's a right against left situation. Gahi straight into the attack. Oh, and a good try there from the Russian. Well, once again, some great examples actually of the counters and how if you do any kind of uranagi, any kind of kaishiwaza, which is counter techniques, you've got to make sure that you rotate and your back doesn't touch the floor first, because the one that initiates the first technique is the one, if she keeps control, that will get the score.
Rosova already unpicking the braids from her hair, getting ready for the awarding ceremony.
Well, she's finished. Yeah, it's nice. The thing is about team matches as well. Once you're done, you're finished.
Could be a draw. She might be she might be the name that gets drawn.
Yeah. Maybe you should tell her that.
She's confident. My buddies are going to do it. That's what's in her mind. They're in a really good position here. 2-0, and they've got Cyril Marais, to finish things off against Volkov. I put my money there. Maybe even Dicko against Gushina, but Clerget and Igolnikov. By the time it comes there, Igolnikov is going to be in another must-win situation.
Yeah, in order to bring them back into the... But it's amazing, one contest can make a difference now.
Not enough top half.
Yeah, it's got to be the top half of the back that hits the floor for the Wazari.
Just got the legs there, but wasn't enough.
Yeah, well, that's another thing, isn't it? Ladies so much more supple in the hips, and sometimes the legs are on the front and the top half is on the back. In my day, I wasn't going to say that, but in my day, the team matches where it was all equal. That's going to be a score, by the way. That's a Wazari score. So France get a score, and the Gahi there, the nice Uchimata that rolled her opponent over. And this is how she did it. Well, was it? I didn't think that was, actually. When we see it back in slow motion, I certainly didn't think that was a score.
Well, it may not be for France.
Well, yeah, exactly. So no score. Should be no score at all. Actually, they should just take that off. And the reason being there is that the person initiating the counter...
They've let her go.
Yeah, I don't see... No, they haven't.
Take it away.
Taken it away.
Yeah. Well done, Neil.
You can't do it. Yeah, what they used to do, if it was all equal at the end, the ones that never scored against each other got drawn out again.
Oh, okay.
So it makes it, not the ones that score, it makes it even tighter.
IJF President, Mr. Marius Visa, with the IOC President, Mr. Thomas Bach, having a look at the team event. Both.
That's going to be Ippon.
Yeah.
Oh, that was flat on the back there. They might have another look at that, I think, because she seemed to land smack on her back there.
Well, we talk about the position of the referee, and you look at the position of the referee, and look at the position of Marie-Yves Gahi. Gahi completely covers the view. She's got to go to her two contest judges for that one, because they've got the better view.
Yeah, there's two contest judges at the side there that work with the referee. So they give it a Wazari. Gahi, really, on great form, isn't she? She's just non-stop. She really is. Fantastic spirit.
Yeah, that throw is away from Amano Akiko. And then when Maltseva lands, Gahi's covering the landing. She can only see Gahi's back, the referee. So she's got to look to her contest judges to help her out there. And they said Wazari.
Wow, Gahi really is just all over her. She really is. She's just not letting this go. 28 seconds to go. She's still attacking, because I think she's attacking points.
To put it beyond Russia's reach.
Yeah, I think so, because then you're chasing, especially if you're superior in the match. You might as well chase the points. If you feel quite safe that you're not going to be countered. And that's going to be it, I think. Now the second's just going to be ticking away, and that'll be another point, another win for France.
Could get ugly here. With, Diko, Mare. Clerget Golnikov is going to be the battle. This is the last chance saloon here. Lose this.
If you think of it this way, Russia now need 3 Ippon wins to win this with 3-3.
Yeah, without any other,
If it goes, and that's to win on points, if it's 3-3.
So in the first instance, what's needed is for Igolnikov to defeat Clerget in the upcoming contest. That will give them a win. They'll need a win from Gushina, and then they'll need a win from Volkov. So 3 wins in a row are needed. We can then start looking at how many points they take.
One thing's for sure, they need 2 Ippon wins, and then either a Wazari win. That'll equal it all up.
Or
Somebody
2
will get drawn
Wazaris in that contest. Because you get a point for every Wazari. You get a point for every Wazari and a maximum of 10. If you can score 10 Wazaris.
Excellent stuff.
Iliadis paying a visit to Neil. Yeah, so 1 Wazari is fine. 2, you get 2 points.
That's it.
3 points, 4. So you know the idea is if you can't throw them for Ippon, keep scoring because you keep piling them up. Ippon is what you want because it gives you 10 and you save yourself a lot of trouble. On the mat now, Axel Clerget of France in the white judogi faces Mikhail Igolnikov of Russia in blue.
Straight in Clerget. His transition and his work rate all the way through. He just never... There's only one way that he goes, and that's forwards.
He's a terrific addition to the French team, having been out of it for a while.
Yeah, he is. He makes just mistakes sometimes, and the thing is, it's because he's so open. He just will not stop coming forwards.
Well, this is the beginning of the power weights, isn't it? 90, 100, plus 100. Those are really strong fighters. You're going to see a lot of upper body strength here.
Absolutely. Igolnikov, I mean, he just looks so physical.
Exciting throwing skills. I like watching him.
Yeah, he just almost looks not casual, but he looks like he and then all of a sudden explodes. Look at that! What a change of direction! Brilliant change of direction.
Clerget had him moving. Turned beautifully. I thought he was on his way then.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it. Have a look at the change. Uchimata, no, changed the direction.
Is he in control there? Has he got anything?
Not quite, and the arm was in the way, which, but look at that. Has been given a Wazari for it.
The hands are on the other side from us, from that camera angle. We can't see, but it could be that he's turning him and she's standing in front there. She can see that's on her side. She's given Wazari. We'll get to see the replay from the other side because I know we've got those angles, but for the time being we've got to go with her decision because she's got the best view. I couldn't see it from this side.
Yeah, he can't do too many of those. Those Tomonagis there now being squashed, and he gets a penalty for it. Can't do that either with the foot.
And again,
he just did, and he changed the direction again. Another Wazari, second one. See how he hooks the foot there? You're not allowed to do that.
He just trapped it there and held it, and then he moved to launch, and that wrapping of the foot should be stopped Judo. Two scores then for Igolnikov. So dangerous.
Yeah, he is. He comes in from different angles, doesn't he? Well, he thought, I'll just waste a couple of seconds there. And this is the nice thing about team matches, isn't it? The girls are there for the men for the girls. You know, it's just nice atmosphere. Brings everybody close together. Still plugging away with that Yoko Tomonagi, and now almost turns the Russian over.
Clerget's got a good turnover. We haven't seen him in Newaza at all, so there's been no chance for him to display those skills. It's something that Igolnikov won't want to have a look at, but we might want to have a look at it.
I'll have a word with him.
See what happens when they get down there, but no chance yet. And Igolnikov also hasn't been involved in any Newaza, not trying to initiate it anyway.
No, well, he's not doing anything now. That's going to be a score. One of them back. That's a Wazari back. And again, not giving up Clerget. 31 seconds. So now he'll be all over him. There was the Tomonagi. Gets up. Ochigari. There's a combination, isn't there?
Get up from Tomonagi and throw with Ochigari immediately.
He's the only one. First time I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
So what's your combination? Well, it was, Tomonagi into.
Ochigari.
Does that work?
It's a physical impossibility. And yet, we've just seen it.
15 seconds. Definitely defending, isn't he, the Russian? Igolnikov just blocking him out.
I think they did the right thing there. Clerget was ready to attack. If they stop that and give him a penalty, it breaks up the strong grip that he has. Okay, but he's got three more he can play with, or at least two, you know. Give Clerget the chance to throw. He's got a good grip. If you block him, they've got to come to grips again. You actually give Igolnikov a chance to dance away.
Yeah, you are right.
Maybe just let it go. It's only a few seconds. It's not going to make any difference there. Better to give Clerget the chance to throw him. I'll get you next time, said Clerget.
Yeah, something to that effect anyway.
So, no score in the column there to France, no score in the win column. Russia get one in the win column, and they get 2 points over the score. So really, it's 23-2 as far as points are concerned, but that doesn't come into it at the moment. It's 3-1 France.
So France just need the one contest to win this bronze medal. They need to win it. And it doesn't matter how they win it either.
Who was it that said that yesterday with the medal? Myra Aguiar. Yeah, said, I know it wasn't pretty, it just says gold.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Today we are delighted to welcome a very special guest, the President of the International Olympic Committee, Olympic champion 1976.
Hölgyeim és uraim, a mai napon különleges vendéget köszönhetünk. Az arénában követi a versenyt a Nemzetközi Olimpiai Bizottság elnöke, az 1976-os olimpiai bajnok,
Mr. Thomas Bach.
Georgie just telling everyone in the venue that Mr. Bach is in the house. Right, 3-1 it is, France over Russia at the moment. Every contest now is, finally balanced. And the next pair to do battle will be Roman Diko She's up against Anna Gushina of Russia. It'll be Diko in the white judogi, Gushina in blue. And we've got a change of referee in the middle. Maybe he does the last two. It'll be our friend from Georgia.
Yeah, Diko hasn't really had good matches in the earlier rounds, but you know, team matches are different. They really are. Maybe just lift. Oh, look at that. Lift herself, I was going to say. And Oguruma. And she catches the Russian for a Wazari.
Yeah, that wasn't as difficult a decision for Vladimir Nutabidze to make, because you could see a bit more of it. They were down and low and she wasn't covered, so... Whoops! Yes! Kouchi on the way down,
yeah, absolutely.
Straight back. Yeah.
Good driving, Kouchi.
This was the French score.
Yep, French score, took her down for the Oguruma, and then of course the Russian just fired back. Somebody's going to go here.
Well, she's been there twice now. She went over the first time. She didn't go over there. If you're going to stop and block, you either crush down to get off it, or you come up with something to take her back. I mean, a Tani Otoshi would be the good bet if you can see that coming, but you just can't stay there.
Arm over again. Oh, it's Ippon. Somebody was going to go, weren't they? Massive Surigoshi there. French celebrate. They've got the bronze medal, that's for sure. Absolutely certain of that, because there's no way back for the French. For the Russians, sorry. And that was, well, it looked like it was going to happen, didn't it? It really did. Arm over the back. It was locked up. What a time to do it.
We gave her two options. She didn't take either of them. You either crush it and stop the technique, or you come up with a counter. She didn't. She just stood there. There was chance for, Diko to come and launch, which she did. She'd already thrown her with that once. She attacked her with it a second time. The third time in, you have to know, your way out. She didn't take it.
So the Russians will be absolutely devastated to finish the World Team Championships without a medal. France, as always, just brilliant at team competition, always, and big celebrations yet. But of course, Cyril Marais still got to come out here and do the business in a minute.
It exposes Russia's judo to something that we've been talking about for a very long time, and that is the strength of Russian women's judo.
It's true. She almost swept the knee there. Well, look at this. Have a look at this. She did sweep the knee. Now, what would you call that? It's a form of Oguruma, I think. I think we could say that. What would you say? Ashiguruma? Anyway, it was beautiful technique anyway, and you don't land more on your back than that.
4-1, the French lead at the moment, and that is an unassailable lead. So, celebrations already for France, but as Neil just said, Cyril Marais is going to walk out now, and he'll want to finish it off in style. He's up against Andrei Volkov. It's Marais in the white judogi, Volkov in blue.
This man loves fighting big men. He does. He's a minus 100 kilos fighter, world medalist, two-time winner of the Paris tournament, 2 or 3, I can't remember. I think it's 2 or 3, which is the biggest tournament in the world. And he loves fighting heavyweights. He fights particularly well. He has always fought in the team competition at heavyweight, and he does great. He's a handful for them all. And Volkov just a little bit slow on his feet sometimes. He'll have to stay the pace with Marais. But Marais takes them down to the ground. So Volkov has to do something now because he just had his head down there. He's not taking the initiative. It's Murray coming forwards all the time.
Yeah, Murray was the silver medalist at the Paris Grand Slam earlier in the year, but as Neil said before that, 3 times a Paris Grand Slam winner, 14, 15 and 16. Made it to the final in February of this year, but fell at that last hurdle.
Yeah, never won a major world title either. You know, you can win the Paris tournament, but it's always at home, isn't it? You know, and the French fight remarkably well at home, always.
Single Judo against Volkov. I wonder what's going through his mind now.
Well, I'm sure it is that I'd like you to slow down just a little bit so I can get hold of you. Just one of the things, anyway.
This one's gotten away from the Russian team. They were, I suppose, when Igolnikov came up with the win over Clerget, there was just that glimmer of hope that Gushina caught a little bit flat-footed. Never had the kind of movement that would keep her away from Dicko for long. And she ended up going over for Ippon, and that really slammed shut the door.
Yeah, I think he'll just try and get through this, Murray, now, without getting hurt. Doesn't want to come off injured, does he?
No, he's got a few dances tonight at the athletes' party that he wants to get involved in. He won't want to come here on crutches. A little over a minute left to go. France with a 4-1 lead. You can see that in the left-hand, very, very extreme left-hand side of your screen there. No score in this one. The Russian has just picked up the single Judo. That's Andrei Volkov. He's still chasing it, though. A little Sutemiwaza, but not really troubling Murray. As Neil said, he's just looking to manage this, finish off this last minute and leave here unscathed.
Yeah, it's a little bit of pride, isn't it, for Volkov, for example. I mean, just, you're out there, you don't want to lose your match. You want to be able to say it was them, not me. Into the last minute. I was talking to Jane Bridge earlier, just talking about techniques that just wrap up the top arm and then they just throw themselves flat onto their face. Immediate penalty should be, I think, without rotation or intention. Chinese, for example, Yusong was doing it yesterday, yeah. Heavyweight final.
Last few seconds then, both fighters have picked up penalties now. That's going to take... Oh,
close. That was close. It was really close. Now he's going to turn him here if he's not careful here. If Volkov stays there, he's going to find himself in trouble. Volkov says, "Thank God for that."
He was waiting for his arm to come back in.
Yeah, he was. Straight in though, and no break. Used to be that you tuck your jacket back in, but not now. It's an extension of normal time. Now he's got the belt, should I say, looking for the Surigoshi, and Volkov now just glad of a rest, I think.
He'll try and tie up the top here if he can, but the leg is very, very deep. And that's not coming out. Well, they were celebrating yesterday, the French, because Teddy Riner took the gold medal, and they'll be able to celebrate today winning in the teams without him. Didn't need the big fella.
No, didn't need him. He's done a good job all day, Murray. They don't need him here, do they, for this final match?
from here, he'll step it up, Mare, I think, because another cycle with attacking. Volkov is just beginning to lose the tempo here.
Yeah, it's a matter of time before we get a score here. I'm almost sure of it. Now they're stepping it up. I don't think they want to go for too much longer. Oh. Well, that wasn't the best thing to do, was it, really? Tominagi on Volkov. Big, strong, and that's it. Now we'll hold him. Tatisho Gatami, that sacrifice there backfired on Volkov completely. This is where Mare likes to be with the heavyweights, he really does. He's going to hold him here. It's already over, so it'll be 5 contests to France. And they've given Russia a bit of a drumming, actually, haven't they? 5-1 is the final result.
We expected it to be a little bit closer between the Russians and the French. But France, good with teams. Russia, superb in the men's event. But this is a mixed team event. It's a new territory for them. And I know that they've been working hard since London 2012 on their women's program, but it takes a long time to develop, strength on the international circuit when you're up against some really, really strong countries. Not quite ready yet, and it's reflected in the score there. 5-1 to France.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Russia must be, because we came in this morning and Russia were there and they were doing some preparation work, and they had all their coaches there, everybody was there, and it looked very, very confident, really did, but hasn't worked out today. But team matches, they're like that. That's it, it's all over for these guys, and they get a bronze medal in the World Team Championships, the mixed teams, and it's now going to be a second bronze medal fight which is going to unfold any second now, and it's going to be between Canada and Korea. Looking forward to that. I know a certain Canadian that's going to be in the living room here watching her team go for 3rd place in the World Team Championships. Wow, Canada. Go, go, Canada. I'm sure she'll be shouting. I can't shout that. Of course, I've got to be impartial.
Well, the team lineup is interesting, and some of the results that have gone on today for both the teams are worth looking at. Jessica Klimke under 57 kilos. It may not be known to a lot of people, but she's the former cadet world champion down at under 52 kilos, moved up to 57 and is pretty comfortable there. She just edged out Catherine Beauchemin-Pinard, who herself is a useful fighter, so the Canadians feel that they've got someone that they can go to. And this morning, Klimke defeated the current Olympic champion, Rafaela Silva. So, this is someone that you can look at to kick things off for you. She's up against Kwon Yu-jung. Kwon didn't feature in the individuals that heavily, so there's a good chance for her there. And then you can start going down the list, and can this happen? Can that happen? It's all speculation, and in team events, it's very, very difficult to nail it and say this is going to happen. We'll go through the team in a minute after these highlights. But here's Neil with a couple of points.
Yeah, this absolutely shows that it's what's going to happen with this team event. And, this could be the Olympic Games. We could have a situation here where we've got teams now that they'll go back with an idea of how they're going to prepare for a mixed team event. And it means the development of the ladies' program in line with the men's program. And I think it's going to help judo I really do. Within countries and within continents, because I think that people are going to invest now. This looks amazing. It looks amazing. You wait till we get to the Olympic Games as well. It's going to be an amazing thing for judo. The individual part of it we already know, and that can be spectacular. But you wait till we have a situation here where it goes toe to toe, head to head, and
last contest.
Can you imagine last contest, and they have to draw somebody out again? That one person comes out, and they can win you or lose you the Olympic gold medal. Wow.
Yeah, real pressure.
It will be. But anyway, it's all to come. Canada versus Korea is just about to happen.
Right, well, there is the setting. We're at the Pap Laszlo Arena. Right, let's go through the lineup. Jessica Klimke of Canada at under 57. Antoine Bouchard at under 73. Khalida Zupancic at under 70. Zachary Burt at under 90 kilos. The plus 70 kilo category, Anna Laura Portuondo Isasi. And finally, Kyle Reyes, who's got the biggest job. Oh, really? I just thought of something. It's going to come down to Kyle Reyes. It could. Right, the Korean team.
Against Kim.
Kwon Yu Jung, An Chang Rim, Jong Hae Jin. They've put in another fighter there. Jong. Kwak Dong Han, he's back, former world champion. Kim Min Jong, the bronze medalist from yesterday, and someone who didn't really feature in the heavyweights that much, Kim Sung Min, but he may feature today, and that's probably why he was injured.
Yeah, and you could see it as well. You know, his whole his judo, for example. I mean, he's normally. He was for such a long time just the clear number 2 to Renair, wasn't he? And then just went off the boil a little bit. Like you say, he looks injured here. But anyway, it's not going to make a difference here. He's going to go all out for it.
The reason I say that it must be fate having Kyle Reyes, because Kyle Reyes had to fight Daniel Natia of Romania in round 1. He's got to be the heaviest in weight category. Round 2, Rafael Silva of Brazil. And then in the repechage contest, he had to fight Adam Okarashvili of Georgia. Even if you were a heavyweight, you wouldn't want that draw. And now
he's going to have Kim. Yeah, he's just, that's incredible. But you know what? He's got heart, and he has brilliant judo as well. So he'll have to stay on his bike. I know that.
What if it comes down to Kyle Reyes?
Well, wouldn't that be something? And what if he wins it? Let's go for Canada and Korea then. Let's have a look at them as they line up here. Klimke could really start this off for Canada. She really could. And we always look to our first contest just to rev it up, just to get us going. And I have seen it all collapse like a pack of cards when one of them starts winning. So, and I've seen it the other way as well. I've been part of teams that have been on the receiving end of both ways. Klimke is coming out. Jessica Klimke, she is going to be in white, and Kwon Yu Jung is in blue.
Kwon had 2 really tough fights on day 3. Lost out to the eventual winner, the eventual gold medalist, Dorjsurin Sumia. And then in the repechage contest, lost out to Thelma Montero.
Good start from her. Seeing Aggie right the way up underneath. Klimke, tough though. I like Klimke. I think she's got real future.
Yeah, she fits into the under 57 kilo category really well. It's sometimes difficult when you've had success as a cadet at a particular weight and you are growing and you're moving through the weights and you end up 2 or 3 weights heavier because you're just growing, you know, away from where you had your initial success. She's only just had to move the 1.
Well, it takes time. You have to adapt to the different balance, different movement. She's going to have to get onto the pace here, Klimke. She's behind on pace. It's going to be a Judo against her, and she is definitely about 3-4 attacks, really good attacks behind. She has a really strong Seoinage, so you need 2 hands on for that. Now she's got it. There's the Seoinage!
Couldn't come up with the footwork on the way down.
It was very close.
Really had Kwon going there. Just as you said about the technique, there it was. Beautifully illustrated. Left-sided as well.
Exactly. And the thing is, she needs the 2 hands on, so she needs to catch the sleeve first. Often what we see here when we get a right to left situation is that they can't catch the sleeve. And if they go onto the lapel first, it's even harder to catch the sleeve first. So you need to go sleeve and lapel as opposed to the other way around.
Single Judo against Klimke. 2:20 left to go. She saw that one coming, had to drag her from way too far away. Gap was too big.
I think that if Klimke can just get 2 hands on here, then I think she's going to have success. And that is just to avoid the Canadian Seoinage.
Well, she got both hands on, and as soon as that happened, Kwon was down on her knees.
Yeah, a little bit of a panic. Oh, that's close. It was almost there. Sodi this time, off the sleeve.
Well, we know Kwon is uncomfortable with that grip because it's the second occasion that she's been troubled as soon as Klimke has got the grip.
This contest absolutely crucial for both teams. Sodi, yeah, this time from the Korean, and that was not far off. Oh, she's gone into the hold down. Now she's going to pull out of it. Didn't quite have it, the Korean. That was close, wasn't it?
Fell into that.
Well, it's a young coaching team as well. The Canadian coaching team right the way behind Nicholas Gill, and they're all working together. I know they are. So can you imagine what this is going to do to judo in Canada? Needs to hit that front leg, Klimke. He's always looking for the Seoinage now.
Odd seconds left to go. Single Judo against Jessica Klimke. Threatened on a couple of occasions with Seoinage. No score yet.
Yeah, this could go into golden score. I think it's Klimke going forwards, I really do. And I think that the Korean just wants to pat off. She doesn't want to grip up. Certainly doesn't want 2 hands on. Well, that's certainly not what she wants, is it, going into golden score? 2 penalties up there now for Klimke, and I thought she was the one being positive. So now it's going to go into golden score. She's 2 penalties down, 1 more, and she will lose it. Right the way underneath again. Well, the Korean's just rubbing her arm there, saying it went against the arm.
No.
Needs something on the other side, Klimket. Oh, listen to them shout, listen to them shout. No, it was off the ground. Too much of a gap. No, surely. Well, for my, yeah. Thought I was losing my head for a minute then, you know, just too much time. Still has a chance. Klimket goes in. Just needs to get the hips further across. That's why she needs something on the other flank now. She needs to attack that front leg. The right against left makes it very, very awkward. They've both got the same problem, though. Well, I don't think she should be a Shido behind. I think that as well wasn't a full rotation. And there she's all the way in. So again, it's just getting those hips across. Second Shido up to the Korean. Now it's wide open. Don't necessarily agree with that either, but I think it should be even. So now anybody could win this. One more Shido either way. 3 Shidos as well would mean 10 points.
Indeed. Hansoka Make really counts because it gives an ippon to your opponent as far as the points are concerned. 10.
Oh, it's
yes,
the score.
That's it. Down on the side.
1-0 to Canada, because that is a win and 1 point there to the Canadian. She plugged away for that, didn't she? She really did. I mean, not to say that the Korean didn't as well, but 2 minutes into golden score, Klimket just kept at it all the time.
Right, now, for Kwon, there was no surprise as to where the attack was going to come from. She just couldn't stop it. There were 3 or 4 times when Jessica Klimke went over there. It didn't come up. As Neil said, 2 minutes into the golden score, she launches the same thing, just couldn't stop it.
Bright future for Klimket, I think. Really drove this time. It wasn't just popping the hips underneath it to get lift. She drove off to the side there. So did Surakomigosh. She did land on her side. I know it is one of the techniques that I think should not be, but you know, it's allowed here at this World Championships. It was a score, it was a good score, and she has won the match for Canada.
As Neil just said, as far as the rules are as they stand now, that's a score. So I'm not arguing with it. That was a score.
Certainly was, and she deserved it too.
Right, coming up next, Antoine Bouchard of Canada faces An Chang-rim of the Republic of Korea. It's Bouchard in the white judogi, An in blue.
Yeah, it's been steady all the way through today, An Chang-rim. Saying that, and he got caught against Japan, but he was going for ippon all the time. But how awkward does Bouchard look? He cross grip all the time. He cross grips, so he's got to just be careful that he doesn't keep the hand crossed before he attacks. Either that or attack straight away.
He may have gotten away with that if he hadn't gone back there the second time. If he'd just taken the hand off, but he went back to it.
Yeah, he knew it as well. That left arm just keeps going across, and he's got to attack straight away. Otherwise, he's going to get another one here. Sumigaeshi this time.
An Baol and An Chang Rim have got the same look.
Yeah, they don't change their facial expressions, do they?
Never.
They don't.
Completely deadpan. He could be laughing himself silly and you wouldn't know inside.
Strong fight with the grips on the end of the sleeves, and they'll have to go in.
Same mistake.
So 2 penalties immediately up there for Canada. Well, it wouldn't be so bad if he was cross-gripping and then attacking immediately.
A cross grip is allowed, as it was just suggested, as long as you follow it with an immediate attack. So you take it and attack.
Well, that was an immediate attack, wasn't it? An Chang Rim. Double world bronze medalist, An Chang Rim. Oh, look at that. That's got to be a score. Was there 8? Action, reaction at its best. Look at it, how he went onto the shoulder there. The brilliant control. Well, he's backing him up, but then he's attacking just before he goes out.
Yeah, his left sleeve is trapped completely. He doesn't like that at all. It's really uncomfortable. But every time he tries to break it off and look at the referee, there's an attack. A little bit of ashiwaza, a little bit of movement. There's just enough there to suggest that he's throwing in some kind of attack. I don't think that they're that genuine. He just wants to trap him. And he couldn't break the grip off.
Mountain to climb, the Canadian. He knows that. He'll need a couple of scores on that.
He's done it again.
All over, yeah. So that cross grip has really cost him dearly, hasn't it? 3 times, 3 Shidos, and Sakamaki disqualification, and 10 points and a win to Korea.
The score is now for Canada 1 and for Korea 1.
Yeah, day out for Chang Rim.
1-1, the score in the match now.
You can see the highlights of this contest on the big screen.
Look how he pushes across. Look how he catches the shoulder on the way over there. Low Cianagi. Arm comes underneath the armpit. And then look at the drive that he gets from the legs. Walks it over.
Right, coming up next, Kalita Zupancic in the under 70 kilo category is up against Jeong Hae-jin. It'll be Zupancic in the white judogi, Jeong in blue.
Well, we know that Supancic is really experienced, and she wins really important contests as well. So there's never been a more important contest to win than this one. Straight in with the Koshiguruma there. Jean here to fight. Of course, the Koreans, that's their style. They come from a really hard fighting background. The university practices are so physically hard and totally different. I always think of it as a mixture between European style and Japanese style judo. It's a kind of a mix of the two. We used to be able to do literally nearly 100 randaris in Japan, but you could never do that in Korea. Never. You watch her thundering hand when it comes over in a minute.
Jeong lost out yesterday in round 2 to Maria Portela of Brazil. Supancic, known for her skill on the ground, so she won't be afraid to mix it up down there at all.
Oh, she's going for it. Oh, she made a mistake. Oh, she overstretched there, didn't she? She really did. She overstretched, and Uranagi there. And Supancic goes over for Ippon. Oh, what a time to make a mistake like that. Stayed there, just that little bit too long there. She overstretched. Well, she opened up. You've got to say that. She did. She opened up, but it was a brilliant Kayashiwaza. And we saw a lot of Kayashiwazas earlier on today where the person was landing actually on their own back. And then people out there, I'm sure, wondering why they didn't get a score. Well, we're going to show you why this scored. And it scored because as she comes over here, watch her back. And it doesn't touch the floor in any possible way. Full rotation.
No doubt about it.
Well, no, absolutely none. Supancic starts it off. She goes in for the Uranagi and she gets full rotation, and her back was nowhere near the floor. Brilliant Ippon.
Lost that in similar fashion to Maria Portela earlier. Just going for it a little bit was Kalita Supancic. Well, paid the price there. It's 2-1 to Korea now. We come now to Zachary Burt. He's up against Kwak Donghan. That's Burt in the white judogi, Kwak in blue. 2-1.
Well, it's not bad. They got the former world champion in here, South Korea. Well, Burt has got nothing to lose, has he? Got absolutely nothing to lose here. They're in a World Championship bronze medal match here for teams. And if you'd said that to Canada at the beginning of the day, especially with the lineup, because there are some excellent teams in it. 21 teams to begin with, and they have fought absolutely magnificently. Trying to attack that front leg of Kwak, and Kwak trying to get hold of the sleeve to do his Seanagis. keeps attacking that front arm. And he's done it several times now, and he doesn't do anything else. He just makes sure he uses it to break the grip, actually. Got to attack. 2 hands needed to be on, and they've got to attack. Here we go. Bert. Well, set up for the Cianagi. So a Shido each, this is going to be, I think, and it means that Bert will get a Shido, second one in, and also Guac will get one as well. So one more for Bert, Cianagi Guac. Well, this would really open it up, wouldn't it, if Bert could win this one. One minute 20 left. Fourth contest of this bronze medal match here. World team bronze medal match. Now he has the sleeve, he's going to use it. Uchimata. Now then, that might... Did he change direction? He didn't, I don't think, change direction for that. Bit fortunate there, Bert.
Yeah, just on the edge there of... Was that... I was going to say, if he gave Wazari, I wouldn't have said no.
Well, he just gave it anyway.
And if he said no, I wouldn't have said, oh, yes, it is. It's right on the edge of what is, tricky one.
Yeah, just changing direction, talking to Robert van der Vel about the scoring, and he says they're too soft. He'd like to see a little bit more emphasis on the philosophy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Speed.
He wouldn't have been happy with that then, because
that's exactly what he was talking about. That's why he was talking about it. Said there's not enough power in there. Some of these techniques to warrant a score,
and that was a soft score.
That's it.
Well, he scored in at perfectly the right time. It was about 30 odd seconds, 40 seconds left to go. He came up with the score. The rest of the time, he was able to just ease his way out of it. And Jung Hwan must be perfectly happy with the way things have gone there. That's a Wazari win. And another win in the win column to Korea. They now lead 3-1. With 2 to come. So, this is it then. Must win.
Well, it's a must-win situation for Canada in the next 2 matches. It's a big ask, it really is, but it's not impossible.
Anna Laura Portuundo Isasi could do Canada a power of good by coming up with a Nippon win. That is the size of the task that faces her, as well as Kim Min-jeong. We'll be back after this.
This was the Cianagi that actually scored. Look at the change in direction. He actually does change direction, but I think it's more from the Canadian, Bert, personally, but that's just my opinion.
No, I think Bert is trying to pull him, as you say. There is more pull onto his back than there is, change of direction and push. from Guak.
Well, that's true, isn't it? And it is the one that initiates the technique that gets it.
And then what they probably look at is, as you know yourself, they look at the feet position. Is he starting to push in that direction? Does he mean to go there? They look at all sorts of little things and say, yeah, there's enough of him, Guak, wanting to change direction to say that he's still in control of that, and they give the score. Here we are then, Neil. Ana Laura Portuondo Isasi to face Kim Min-jeong. It's Portuondo Isasi in white, Kim in blue.
Big ask here for Portuondo, but she has some great throwing ability. The Korean you see how she's pulling the head in there? You can't just pull the head in without attacking, so you've got to attack straight away. It's even got a name. It has Korean grip, of course, just double lapel, pull that head in. And the problem was, of course, they were using it just to get the other person penalised. But look at that. See, that was a good Seoinage, wasn't it? Right the way underneath there.
That is the position that Klimke was missing. Got the feet in the right position. She could really come back up and drive. Good effort. Good first effort from the Canadian.
Well, we knew that it was going to be hard for the Canadians to come through this match, and was Ari given there, and that was a good sori komigoshi there by Kim. Portuondo will keep that tight. Still possible for them to win these two matches. That would be something else, wouldn't it, if they did?
Well,
into the hold down
now, Neil.
Yeah, into the hold down. Sangaku Gatami there just turns inwards, and it looks to me like Canada are going to lose it. And I have to say now that I think that they've done incredibly well so far. She's turned out of that. Look at that. Not give it up yet.
No, going to keep things going a little bit longer. Mazari on the board.
Sori Komigoshi gets the Wazari. Just about touches, doesn't it, the side, but I think after the World Championships it all might change. But anyway, now still got chance. If she wins by Ippon, could you imagine what pressure that will put on everybody? One minute 20. Oh, Chigari, that was close, wasn't it? What a good attack that was.
Nice shape to that attack, wasn't there? Managed to get past the defence for a moment, but couldn't rattle Kim Min-jeong for a score.
Well, can't fault Kim Min-jeong. She really fighting well. Portuondo not giving up. Going forwards into the last minute of this contest. Oh, nice Ashiwaza.
She's up quickly. She knows that the best chance is standing.
Beautiful. Just kept her, just got her on the way out there. Ouchi again, and 30 seconds to go. Well, if she can make this positive now, she'll have it. So it's going to be Mate stand up. 17 seconds.
All or nothing now. One last big roll of the dice here, almost on the hip. And Kim Min-jong really just threw that in to get away from that.
Yeah, I think she's just got to block out now. And look, she wants to come forward. Pituando. Arm over. Last attack. So Korea have won it, but we've still got one contest still to come. It was close, and they really fought hard, didn't they? She fought absolutely magnificently there, Portuando, all the way through the day. As a team, they fought tremendously well. 5th place in the World Team Championships. First mixed team championships ever, and that is an amazing performance from Canada.
Yeah, they're in there with the good and the great of international judo. Japan, Korea, Russia, Brazil. These are the real France. Those are the big names in international judo, and Canada.
They're in there, and they fully deserve it. They absolutely do. Yeah, it just means that now a little bit, like I say, it's going to do wonders for the system in Canada, and I think that it'll really, really help.
You know, there's that whole saying about punching above your weight, and they really are, aren't they? It's just, these are the big names, and there's Canada in there.
Well, I think that'll be encouragement as well for some of the smaller countries now. They'll think, right, we're going to get a team in there, we're going to do this. That's the Sodi Surakomigoshi that scored almost into the hold down as well, not quite. Very polite applause there from the Koreans. And now, Kyle Reese, he's got his work cut out here. Plus 90s means, well, any kind of weight really. Kim Sung-min, former world number 2. He was the number 2 to Renair for some time. Looks a tiny bit injured, but Kyle Reese will have to stay on his bike here.
If there was a bravery award,
Kyle would get it. Kyle would get it.
You know, he's been out with the best of them. Renair's the only one who's missing from the
group.
The
best and the heaviest.
Another heavyweight outing for Kyle Reis.
Well, he's left-handed. He's got an uchimata. I think he might have a problem with the uchimata in this particular case, but not if he spins it. So, opening attack there by Kim. Trying to get inside the grip, but it's left to right again, so they can't catch the sleeve again.
Kyle Reis has gone the distance with everyone.
Yeah, no, spirit, absolute. He really is in there just to fight the big men. That's the only thing, you know, you just don't want them to get injured, and it's really, that's the problem. I mean, we used to love the fact that we had open weight competition. Open weight competition normally meant the minus 100 kilos fighters going up there to fight some of the big men, and Van der Waal, of course, was the giant of it. He was the best at it. But not very often did you see the 78 kilos or 80 kilo guys in there. Happen once or twice, and the reason is because of injury. Saying that, Okano, when he won the All Japan Championships, he was weighing 80 kilos when he won it.
Half the contest gone, no score yet. Kyle Ray's hanging in there. The Bravery Award.
He's definitely going to get that. He is. It's interesting as well, isn't it, on the other side of that, because you see they get rattled, the heavyweights, because they can't settle. But there, now he does. Takes him down. Wazari, Makakomi. Soda Makakomi takes Reese down.
And he doesn't lie down and roll over. He struggles, he wriggles, and he's out for more.
He doesn't. So Soda Makakomi, like I say, that just don't want him to get injured, because that they put 138 kilos behind it, and it has a different kind of feeling to it. So coming up to the last minute, Race in there with the big guy and trying to get the inside grip. Can't get two hands on for the Uchimata. And a Shido there for Kim Sung-jin, because he's just blocking out. I think that's his best hope there. In for the Ouchi. Change the direction. Well, I wonder how he felt. I'll have to ask him, actually, how he felt when he was going to come in there to fight the big guys, whether it was something he was reveling in, just have a little pop at them. I remember last time we had I was thinking last time we had the World Open Championships, and we've got one later on this year. Ilias Iliadis was in there, and he just wanted to fight the big men as well.
The single Wazari is enough to give the contest to Kim Sung-min, who looks the worse for wear. He hasn't been well, we know that. And Kyle Ray's decided, well, I'm going to take you all the way, pal. If you're going to get this, you're going to have to get past me first. He does. He brings another win in the win column for Korea. He wins that on the back of that Wazari, and it's 5-1 to Korea. But I'm just going to reiterate once more how special an effort Kyle Ray's has made. Daniel Natia, Rafael Silva, Adam Okrashvili, and now Kim Sung-min. These are some of the biggest names in heavyweight judo. He's fought them all. He's taken every single one of them the distance. What a boy.
Yeah, that's a day's work, isn't it? It really is. Well, and many congratulations to Canada. Korea, of course, have done enough to win this match. 5-1 is the final score, and Canada have enjoyed their introduction into mixed team competition, because they have been fighting for third place. Canada, you did your country proud. And I know that somebody at home will be saying so too. So congratulations. And so the two bronze medals are decided. And now we have just the final to fight for. And it's all systems go with Japan just about to step on deck with Brazil. It's Japan-Brazil, and it should be an absolute cracker.
That's the final rundown on that winning Korean team. Kwon Yu-jung An Chang-rim, Chong Hae-jin, Guak Dong-han, Kim Min-jong and Kim Sung-min. That was the lineup there. 5-1. Spirited effort from the Canadians, in particular with Kyle Reyes. Jessica Klimke did herself a power of good by winning at least 2 of her contests during that team event day, one of them against the current Olympic champion, Rafaela Silva of Brazil.
She was fantastic, she really was. She had not only a good day, but she's shown that she is absolutely one for the future. I think Canada have also shown that it's possible now that everybody can get in here into this team event and train as a team as well as individually. And the Olympic Games is still 2.5, 3 years away. Plenty of time to get your act together and to get a team in there, because there's an Olympic medal possibility and it's there for you.
Well, as Neil said, we are moments away from the final of the World Team Championships, the first time that we've had a mixed team event. And the 2 finalists are Japan and Brazil. In a moment, we'll show you the full lineup. I like the idea that we get to see each of the fighters lined up there. So I won't preempt that by giving you their names as yet, but it is the last match of the day. The match is made up of 6 contests. And let's take a look at the lineup. Yoshida Tsukasa at under 57 kilos. Hashimoto Soichi at under 73 kilos. Arai Chizuru at under 70 kilos. Nagasawa Kenta at under 90 kilos. Asahina Sara at plus 70 kilos, and the plus 90 kilo category is Ojitani Takeshi. There you go, that's the Japanese lineup. And the lineup for Brazil: under 57 kilos, Rafaela Silva; under 73 kilos, Marcelo Contini; under 70 kilos, Maria Portela; under 90 kilos, Victor Penalba; plus 70 kilos, Maria Suellen Altherman; and the plus 90 kilo category, Rafael Silva. That's the lineup there. The Japanese kick things off with 3 world champions.
I was going to say, just remember that this is the world final, world team final here, and this is going to be just terrific, because this is going to go in different ways than you can ever imagine. And what I mean by that is that actually you can have the strongest lineup sometimes in team competition and it doesn't always come off. Somebody along the line doesn't read the script and they decide that they're not going to, they've got their own script, you know what I mean? It goes off at a different direction, different tangent. And like you said, 3 world champions in that team for Japan. But Brazil, they're so one of the most stylish teams in the world, Brazil, and probably the 2nd largest judo nation in the world, judo participation. About 2.5 million people practicing judo. they're linked to jiu-jitsu, but also Japan, about 2.5 million people practicing. So they have a really wide base. They've got great skill levels. So I think what we are going to see here, we're not going to see opposite skill levels. I think we're going to see two teams going out here trying to throw each other.
It's an attractive proposition, beautifully described and painted by Neil Adams there as the two teams walk out for the last match of these World Team Championships. This is it then for the gold medal. Yoshida, the smallest, tiniest, shortest of the fighters, gets the lead out for the two teams. What a thing. Mind you, she's led from the front because she came away with a gold medal. So,
yeah, the weight categories. There are 6 weight categories: 57s for ladies, 70s and plus 70s for ladies, and then 73s, 90s minus and plus 90s for the men. And they're going to go 1 for 1, starting off with the women, then it'll go men, women, men, women, and men, right the way to the end. Yoshida Takata is going to start this off against the Olympic champion, Silva of Brazil. Here we go.
Isn't that nice that the lead contest is the current Olympic champion versus the current world champion?
Brilliant. Just, yeah, no pressure, eh? No, just a little match just to finish this World Championships off. This is an important contest, though, really is. And I have to say that, you know, for me, of course, Yoshida is the one that's on the form at the moment. The Olympic champion went just out of competition for a little while. They're just on the way back now, but certainly not quite at her Olympic best, but here she is. She's going to up her game, I'm sure. Left to left, extreme. You can see that. Both wanting to attack that front leg. But I think it'll be Yoshida that will go for it. Yoshida has a really nice uchimata. Not very easy from a left to left situation. More action. They need more action. Got to attack each other. 1 penalty on the board each. Uchigari, that's the uchimata that I was talking about. You were saying that Klimket was the winner over Silva earlier on. So we know that she obviously can be beaten, we know that, but Yoshida will not want to lose on this particular weekend. It's been a great World Championships for her. Trying to get that left arm on. Can't just fend the arm off, though. Certainly, they'll have to grip up. Now, there's the situation for the uchimata. And she changes it to the sodi on the other side as well. Well ahead at the moment with the attacks, Yoshida. The referee let that go. There was a bit of a flop and drop, but every other of one of her attacks has been excellent. It's been fully committed. Could possibly throw. Rafaela Silva hasn't attacked one time. Well, it's got to go to Rafaela Silva, surely. So for blocking out, Rafaela Silva gets the penalty.
And it's a good point here. When Rafaela Silva is blocking out, she's not in a position to attack. So that's the result of what Neil is talking about. She's passive.
And it's down to intention as well, isn't it? We talked to intention. You know, you can see the intention with Yoshida. She's going forwards all the time. This is where now Rafaela Silva needs to attack. She's got the arm over the top. One Shido. Oh, well, it's 2 Shidos each now. So this could be a disaster. Somebody gets disqualified here. Uchimata. Tries the Tenio Tosh there. Silva. It was close, it really was. Almost caught her on the way out.
Yoshida's in trouble if she gets close in and can't finish, because Silva likes the close contact for the pickups.
Trying to back her out there. Oh, look in that. She just wrapped herself around the outside of that leg there and almost got countered. Well, Mr. Marius Visa there just explaining what the situation is, I think, there to the president of the IOC. And just, you know, sometimes the tactics for team matches just that little bit different. Because they go into golden score here, and now one Shido here, one penalty could cost somebody 10 points for their team.
That's right.
It's a way of looking at it, you know, and the thing is, so you cannot afford that. That 10 points is very, very valuable at the moment. Got to attack. Yoshida is the one. She's initiating. Look how defensive there Rafaela Silva is. She's just pinning the sleeves all the time. At one stage, Yoshida was trying to point that out. She said, she's just pinning my sleeve. There's the Ouchi there from Yoshida. Just about got herself out of trouble there with that. Japanese support. Well, every match here now is going to be very close, I'm sure. Oh, that was so close. She didn't quite, look, her head was actually in the way there, but that's the closest yet. Well, I'm sure Yoshida is saying, what have I got to do here? Osoto again. Well, it's just about due, I think, now. I think the Olympic champion here is really struggling. Silva is hanging on. The intention is all Yoshida, and I think that's going to do it. Now, can she turn her? She'll go for points here. She wrapped that arm up. If she can take her leg out here, and I'm telling you now that 9 times out of 10, 90 times out of 100, that foot comes out. Watch this. This is going for the full 10 points. And it came out. It's going to go again. It's going to come out again. And it's out and into the Tatishiogatami. And she's going to hold her for 10, is she? No, she doesn't hold her.
Well, as Neil said, the foot came out.
It did definitely come out,
absolutely.
Didn't it?
Put the Osai Komi on, couldn't hold her for long enough, and Silva is back in the contest.
Well, I think that she's been struggling for a bit. She's pinning that. There we go. That's a good attack from Silva. Just about saved it that time.
Well, she's been caught on the ground once already.
This might tip up. This might be it, because Rafael Silva is running out of power here. This might come out. It's going to go. And it does. Double lapel into Osai Komi. And it works again. Again, Newaza. Good transition and great Newaza. It all pays off in the end. It really does. How many contests does this win the Japanese team? This Japanese women's team are absolute masters at it.
She gave Yoshida a good run for her money. We were almost into 3 minutes of the golden score period there, but Yoshida came up with a big win.
She was wearing her down. I mean, really, we knew that Rafaela Silva was hanging on to that hand there. She knew that Yoshida was so dangerous, but then in the Newaza, great Newaza exchanges. 2 times she attacked her in Newaza. The first time she got the leg out. Second time she did the double lapel. And she didn't put the leg in either when she did it. So that was amazing. 1-up, Japan lead.
Hashimoto on the way onto the mat just gave Yoshida a little nod.
Well, it is, isn't it? Because you're the one that's just about to go out there. Then it's a bigger nod on the way back when you've done it.
Smile, happy.
Yeah. Yes, it's a happy one.
I'm good, mate. It's your turn.
Exactly. Tig, you're it. And this is the hold down. Look at it. The look on Rafaela Silva's face there, trying to sit up, but it was never going to happen there. Great control. She just spreads her body weight there, readjusts balance, and it's game over.
Right, coming up next, the second contest in the match. Hashimoto Soichi of Japan faces Marcello Contini of Brazil. It's Hashimoto in the white judogi, Contini in blue.
Well, Hashimoto definitely looks better than I've seen him in the individual competition. He wins the world title on a bad day. That can't be bad, can it? But look at that, Contini going straight for it. He's got nothing to lose, has he? He's going against the world champion here. We saw him, he was a little bit injured. I think we heard that he was injured, and when we saw Nakaya in their first match, Nakaya was in, and I thought, well, they'll put Nakaya in all the way here because he had an injury, carried an injury into the individual tournament, but Nakaya was just off the game. I mean, he really was way off it. So here he is, they need him. He wasn't going in for the amount of techniques that we know he puts in throughout a contest. Last time these fought, there's a great match of these two on YouTube actually, and it's the whole final of a Grand Slam, and it was up and down. It was absolutely tremendous, with Hashimoto in the end thrown in with Sodi Surakumigoshi. Can he do it again? But he's hoping he can. I think that's why Contini came out just like a man possessed.
Well, he's settled down a little bit now after that first minute and a half.
Yeah, he just has a little look at his sleeve there and says, how dare you grip my sleeve like that. A bit like that, isn't he, Hashimoto? He has that look on his face. Sodi, and that's going to be a score. Wazari scored. Wow, he doesn't look as if he's going to score with it, does he? He pops it in. Over they go there, and he'll change the direction. Left this time. Well, this is a totally different day. He's going to get Shido for ducking under there, isn't he, I think? Doesn't.
Well, he should, because Marcello was attacking him. He ducked underneath.
Yeah, no, he did.
Off.
I thought he did as well, but anyway, he got away with it, disguised it. Not to us, though. We saw it, didn't we? Left and right, Sodi Surakumigoshi. Contini has been on the end of quite a few of those. He really has with this guy. So he's out here to prove a point. Now he's about to do it. He has the grip for the Sodi here. Watch this. Pushes the arm down. You're still going to get it. Contini gets the Shido for the drop. He has a different grip that he does on the sleeve here, Hashimoto, before he comes in for the big technique.
Well,
Cross grip.
Yeah, how did his hands get over there? You know, once your arms are over there, you have to attack.
Yeah, it was almost like he was saying, Hashimoto was saying his arm is over here. And this is how he did it. The last time they fought, he went left, right, left, and then threw Contini over, and the same's happening again here. How many attacks has he got to do here? Contini's going, oh, where's he coming from here?
He's blitzed him, hasn't he?
Absolutely. He doesn't know which way he's coming, and that was a good performance. Didn't even notice the time went, actually. It was such a good contest.
When Marcello Contini thought, okay, I'm going to have one more go at it here, that was when Hashimoto Soichi said, no, I'm going to have one more go at it.
But haven't you got to put two hands on him, really, before it happens? But any chance of it?
He couldn't find him.
No.
2-0, Japan lead.
It's incredible, isn't it? They're world champion as well. Baker, nowhere near this. He's not even in this team.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
Left him out.
Put him in as a reserve.
We'll have some highlights, and then we'll be back with the next contest in the match between Japan and Brazil to decide who's going to be world team champions. Here's Neil.
Yeah, that was some incredible match. There's the Soda Kamigoshi. If you notice then, the arm is bent when he comes in for that. If you're attacking with Soda, you can't attack against a straight arm. Always bent. Takes him onto his side there for the score. And then series of attacks. Left, right. He just blitzed Contini. He really did. Caught in the headlights and never really got going, but it was brilliant judo from Hashimoto.
Well, we've got a bit of a treat for you because Yoshida has been up, Hashimoto has been up, so here's the third of our current world champions in a row. This time it's Arai Shizuru to face Maria Portela. It's Arai in the white, Judogi Portela in blue, and Friedrich Anna Maria of Hungary is the referee in the middle for this one.
Yeah, I think Portela, she'll know that she's got her work cut out here. But Portela is a fighter. She'll come out all guns blazing. She's also got fairly good pickups, and she will punish anything that's not a full-on attack. So opposite stance again. Oh, look at that. Ouchigari there, and the hand movement there from Portela. Great Yoshihiro Yamashita there in the crowd. New president of the Japanese Judo Federation, of course. One of the greatest judokas in the world ever. Well, Arai definitely has to grip up, and she needs to get the second hand on. Well, Brazil certainly won't think that this is over yet. This is all Portela at the moment. She's attacking. She's the one initiating. Nice Sasai Sianagi, and it's just posturing really here from Arai. Well, we haven't seen Arai, have we? Really put a big attack in.
She's had a look at the scoreboard. It's 2-0. She's not going to run herself ragged yet. A minute and a half left to go.
Well, that's a Shido, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but she's kind of half protecting.
Yeah, her own gi.
Her own lapel. And then got to be careful you don't just attack against a straight arm. One or two people today have been doing that.
Portela's made all the going, and yet she's the one that's got the Shido against her.
Yeah, I know. And it's strange, isn't it? This is where she's got to be careful, because this is where Arai here will wrap her up if she's not careful. Well, I can't believe this, because Arai hasn't got a penalty on the board. She actually hasn't initiated any techniques either. Portela of Brazil is the one that's coming forwards. And she's the one that's going to carry the Shido through into extra time.
We saw a similar thing with Hashimoto, didn't we? Earlier in the week.
Yeah, I think we did. Yes, exactly. Yeah, didn't do anything. Absolutely.
He appeared to be just, coasting. He didn't pick up a penalty.
Well, what it is, it's posturing, and that's exactly what it is. You posture, you look as if you're busy, as if you're attacking, and actually, there's not a proper attack gone in.
No, you're just waiting for your opponent to feel the pressure and decide, oh, okay, I don't want a penalty, I'm going to launch. And when they do, take
normally
them
it's good, yeah. But that Shido there could be costly, because that Shido now means that if Portela gets another one against her, she's going to lose this match. And now she's got to catch the contest up. That's why she started different pace. Looks tired to me, all right. And I did point out that, of course, they have just fought an individual world championship, so hard to pick you up for team matches sometimes. I used to find it very difficult, really I did. If the Japanese win this, if Japan win this contest, it makes it really, really difficult for Brazil. Still no attack from Arai. Now we do. Ashiwaza this time. It's almost like she's looking at her feet saying, now you can go. Uchimata, very close as well, wasn't it, with the counter there? That tip almost happening. Well, she gets the second one there, and I don't get that. I don't. Do you get that? I don't. Portela was the only one that was actually attacking. Arai didn't attack the whole match, and she gets a second penalty.
I thought Arai was going to be penalised there.
Well, yeah, I must have been watching a different match.
You can see the highlights of this contest on the big screen.
Well, difficult for highlights, but I can tell you now that Portela was the one that was coming forwards. She somehow got a Shido penalty for passivity. I don't know how, and then she gets a second.
Well, it's down to Victor Penalba now, because we come to contest number 4 in the match. The Japanese are leading 3-0, and we now have Nagasawa Kenta in the white judogi to face Victor Penalba in blue.
Victor Penalba of Brazil, of course, he double world bronze medalist, and he is winner of big contests. We've seen him thrown a few times, but Nagasawa, he can be thrown as well. But last contest out, he did very, very well, actually. Pulled it out the bag. So I don't know who's going to go here. Both open, both left, although Penalba can go right as well. Strong grips. Got to grip positively in order to throw. 2 hands on. Although we've seen quite a few attacks today just off the grip, and by that I mean catching a grip and attacking at the same time.
Well, Penalba and his coaches will have worked out a plan for him. You're not fighting their number 1, but sometimes they're number 2 and they're number 3 and number 4 sometimes are right up there in the world ranking list. That's not the case with Nagasawa. This is a chance here for Penalba, and if ever Brazil needed him to take an opportunity, then this is it, because they lose here and it's all over. So it's must win for Victor Penalba.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to make sure that this is a victory. In team matches, you have bankers, of course. You know, you have people that you rely on, and sometimes when they go, and then of course on the other side of that, then you have people coming through that you don't expect, that perform absolutely magnificently. It's on wins. That's going to be a penalty for Penalba, surely. Penalba will get Shido for that. He just walked out the area. This whole match is on wins. 6 people fighting, and it's 3-0 to Japan so far. If it goes 3-all, then it will go on points. 10 points for an Ippon win. 1 point per Wazari that you get. I think that's an easy way of explaining it. And then if it's a Shido win, you don't get any points for a Shido, but you do get the win.
That was the case with Arai Shizuru in the last contest.
Yes, she got the win, but it was, in fact, only a win by Shido, so no points went up there, but it was the win. This is a big opportunity here for Penalba, but he's 2 Shidos down here, just being out-gripped, actually. Uchimata! That was an Uchimata there, and that was a good one. Hagasawa. So it's going to be all over. Penalba's going to lose this here. It's going to be 3 penalties. It's going to be, by default, Hansagamaki, and Hagasawa is going to win the match. And it's going to be 10 points up there as well. Japan have definitely won the gold medal here, but we still have 2 matches to go. Little bit of a shame, bit of an anticlimax, but not really, not if they're 2 good matches just to finish off with here.
And I think we are going to get 2 good matches because Asahina is the silver medalist from yesterday. She fancies finishing off on a high. I know that. There was discussions, you know, we spoke to her dad about whether she should fight today. And we were both saying, yeah, get out there, you know, let's go for it. Forget about yesterday, come back today, take a gold medal in the World Team Championships and help your team. And then the other one is Ojitani Takeshi, who hasn't, you know, really done a great deal. He'll be up against the bronze medalist Rafael Silva, and maybe he'll have a point to prove as far as the heavyweights are concerned. We'll find out anyway, because coming up next is the contest between Asahina Sara in the white judogi for Japan and Maria Suellen Altherman in the blue judogi for Brazil. And here is Neil.
Yeah, you're saying we talked to Asahina's father, and he's speaks very good English, and Sarah does as well. And she has good technique, Asahina. She does. She has no reason to actually flop or drop. She can just do good judo. Altherman as well has good technique. When she puts her mind to it, she has good judo. So let's hope we see a judo contest here now, and that they don't block out and that they go for it.
Yeah, I think she's 20, and I'm not going to say headstrong, but she's certainly the kind of youngster that is likely to stray from the plan. If they said, you know, take it easy, she's the one who's going to say, take it easy before.
Well, that's for sure.
You know, I got a silver medal yesterday.
Yeah, she wasn't happy with that at all. She really was. And I thought a little bit unlucky with the big Chinese girl dropping on her face, but...
Yeah, I got a silver medal yesterday. I want a gold today, and I want a gold in style. I'll take it easy.
Ashiwaza! That's going to be a score. And she's done so many of these today, and she did them yesterday. She's going to turn her into the hold down, and I don't think she's going anywhere from there. Altherman, saying that, she's turned out. She's managed to turn out. Can she get her back there? Look at that. Across the face. Wow, she did well.
Momentarily in the Yokoshio Gatami. It was Kazuri Yokoshio Gatami, and the Kazuri was the weak part, so that's what Altherman used to escape. Mind you, it was pretty close.
Yeah, we were saying to her father yesterday, weren't we? We said, you've got to get back in there and do it. And he was a bit upset because she just got the silver medal, a bit controversially, but she'll have a gold medal here today. Not a bad weekend, really.
I said to Mr. Asahina, remember that Tachimoto Haruka was a gold medalist in the World Team Championships, and she was disappointed. A couple of years later, she was on the podium as a gold medalist in the individuals. You know, it can...
Yeah, I've got no doubt it's going to happen. Just one score. Asahina. Altherman now, I think, fighting for a little bit of pride.
Yeah, she won't want to get knocked around, especially as she knows that in the not too distant future, she's going to have to face Asahina somewhere else.
And Althamam going for it. Here she goes. Asahina now has got to do something, because here's the Ashiwaza from Asahina. She scored a lot with this. Takes her onto a side. There's the Sasai again. Well, it's more his, isn't it? Because there's more rotation. Is she going to go the other side here? Althamam over the back. Oh, there it is again. Does it again. And this time straight into the hold down, and she definitely isn't going to go anywhere from that, I don't think now. Asahina on top, and she will just make sure she keeps control there. Readjustment of hips, just a little look at the clock there, and well, 20 seconds is what's needed. She finishes with an ippon. All ippons today for Asahina.
Just want to look at her face now and her face on the podium. I'm going to see if we get some big smiles from her on the podium, because this is the business end here.
Well, don't forget, she's just done 2 days on the trot. Every match almost yesterday was ippon, except the one she lost. Every match today is ippon.
Good weekend's work.
Well, it is really at this level. Don't forget, at World Championship level. Feeling better now. All her family up there, I know, and we know as well, don't we, that they're a little bit happier now. They will be. Job done.
They haven't quite come up with the big hand slap.
Not quite. They're not there yet, but they will be. They will be.
That's coming.
Ochitani Takashi is next up against Rafael Silva of Brazil. And this should be a good one, because like you said, I think Rafael Silva, when he attacks, actually, when he wants to attack, he has some really good judo, Rafael Silva. Ochitani, when he decides to drop underneath for his Seoinage, because he's got some good Seoinage attacks as well, he's a big thrower. So let's hope it goes off. Last contest of these 2017 World Championships. This is the team event. Brazil have already lost. Japan are already champions, but this now is for pride. 5-0 Japan against Brazil. One match still to go. Last match of the 2017 World Championships, and what a championships it has been. Budapest has been great, hosting this incredible event. We've seen a bit of everything at this event too. Ochitani then, the All Japan champion, in white, and Rafael Silva is in blue. Well, one thing's for sure, and I don't think that Ochitani will want to be the only one that loses in this Japan team. Always trying to establish himself in the heavyweight division here as the number one. He does it in Japan, but he doesn't do it internationally. Shido. Basically, what that means is more attacks, please.
Not wanting to spoil your viewing pleasure at home. But Paul Nelson has come up with an interesting point, and that's the medal table from the individual competition when looked at in terms of the finishing places here today, where the countries, which country is going to medal. So Japan finished at the top of the individual medal table. They're going to finish with a gold medal. In second place were France. Well, they're going to finish with a bronze. In third place were Brazil. They're going to finish with the silver. And then Korea snuck in there. They were down in 14th, but you know,
it all paid. Yeah. So I mean, the actual seeding and the medals that came about in the individuals obviously paid off here.
Thank you very much, Paul Nelson.
Thank you for that.
Very nice. It took him about 3 hours to put that together.
So coming up to the halfway mark, then one Shido apiece. Now we're into the halfway mark. Well, this is going to be it. Can we finish with a nip-on? Because that is how we like to finish any tournament. We don't like to finish with penalties. We like to finish with a high. Left Seanagi there from Ojitani. Takes him over, but it's too much of a delay. Too much of a delay, no score. If there's too much delay when they go into the initial technique and then it takes time for them to roll over, they don't get it. They don't get the score. Rafael Silva has got to come back. So you can't just rest on this and then go for a decision here. You've got to win this now. One of them has got to win the match. Got to attack, Silva. Doesn't matter how disappointed you might be that you've only got the silver medal, but only the silver medal. It's silver medal in the World Team Championships. Might as well go for it. End as the winner. This is where the individual me would come into play here, because I'd go, well, I'm going to be the one to win this. Ojitani doesn't want to be the one to lose. The only one in the Japanese team. Now they're gripped up. Are they going to go? Last 15 seconds of the first 4 minutes. Tried for the Osoto. Now it's up to Rafael Silva. Straight in. They're going to go straight to golden score. One Shido apiece. Any one Shido on the board now will lose somebody the match or win somebody the match. But we want to see them end with an Ippon. Can they do it? Can this World Championships end? Because I can tell you, we've had 7 days, unbelievable, relentless judo, and we've seen some incredible technical stuff, and we've seen some heartbreaks, haven't we? We've seen surprises. We've seen everything here at this World Championships. It's been absolutely amazing. We're both of us just a little bit hoarse, but that's expected, isn't it?
32 seconds into golden score. I think both of them would like to end it, but as Neil was hinting, neither of them wants to roll over just to say they've ended it.
No, I think, everybody would like to get into the bar and have, for a beer, but not over yet. Now then, Izagiruma and Rafael Silva goes down. So this will go on until one of them is either penalised or we get a score. Sweet little face there, just supporting. I wonder. Could have been a little Ojitani, do you think? There. Rafael Silva. Is he going to put it in? He can go right or left. Yes, Uchimata. 1 minute 30 into golden score. Oh, well, that wasn't such a good one, was it? That's Sodi there. Is he going to let it go? He's going to let it go. That could have lost him the match. Any kind of rotation, it has to have full rotation. It's got to break balance. Oh, Soda Gary there from Silva. Now Ojitani's got to go in. Silva goes again. Well, he puts it in, doesn't he? When he wants to put it in, he can.
Two minutes of golden score. Single error would finish this, or score would give us a positive winner.
Starting to feel the effects of this match now, Rafael Silva. Now they're both ready to go. They're both gripped up. Oh, Sodagari Ojitani! Oh, he's done it! That was it! And what a Wazari to finish on. It finishes on a Wazari, but it's almost a Nippon. It went one way, then it went the other way. And, well, he managed to just take Silva over for the score. He finishes the match 7-0, 6-0 for Japan. Sorry, and it finishes with a score, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Ojitani attacks. Silva looks to counter, and then Ojitani takes it over.
Ojitani did enough, didn't he? He didn't want to finish that as the only loser, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So that was a full card for the Japanese team, and Kosei Inui will be absolutely delighted with that. Japan are world team champions. Brazil, they get the silver medals, and it's 6-0,
sorry.
yes, 6-0, 6 contests to 0 to Japan. That's all we need to look at, the wins. I'm wondering whether we're going to see just a repeat of that last one. It's the only one that we haven't seen. We're seeing them all lined up here. Yoshida, Hashimoto, Arai, Nagasawa, Asahina and Ojitani of Japan just lined up there and bowing to the crowd. They're bowing to their supporters. That's amazing, isn't it? So 2 gold medals for Hashimoto here. Individuals and team. In fact, 3 of them. 3 of them there. They get 2 of the 2 gold medals.
We're going to have a look at the highlights, in particular the finish. I'm sure it was Ojitani attacking first, Silva attempting the counter, and then almost as he was going over, Ojitani turning it.
So, yeah, it was really close, wasn't it? But they committed, and that's what happens when people commit to techniques. You know, you leave yourself open.
Okay.
Well, maybe we're not.
Yeah.
Oh, he stuck his tongue out at
Yeah,
you. I'm
yeah.
sure he did. I'm sure it was you.
There we go. Ojitani attacks. Silva almost going over one way, and then
Yeah, then he tries
Yeah,
to
yeah.
counter it, doesn't he? Look at the commitment there. Readjustment of balance, turns it into Soto Makikomi and just takes him over into the, Yushiro Kesugatami, but he didn't need it in the end. It was all over there, just changes direction. Super stuff.
he can't move the left foot. If he puts the left, he wants to, but he doesn't go far enough to bring him back.
Yeah, it's lucky for him, actually, Ojitani, that Silva collapses. He collapses on top of him. He takes the arm there. That's when he starts to rotate. Counter to a counter, and it wins Ojitani the match, and it wins Japan the gold medal.
Well, we'll have the teams lined up shortly to come out for the awarding ceremony. The World Championship trophy as well. I think I've seen the trophy or a photograph of it. Six 0. That's the final result.
Yeah, a match of this caliber as well. I mean, obviously we expected for it to be a battle royal, and we expected the Japanese to come out strong. Like you say, they came ahead in the medals, and then there they were in the teams there showing their superiority, absolute superiority.
They're big guns, you know, it's right from the get-go. 1, 2, 3, very, very difficult to come back from that. I mean, we've seen it happen, but it's very, very difficult. I think two highlights. One from the team event, but it's really a point as opposed to a highlight. One of the points that I'm looking at is that teams that have previously been perfectly happy to look at a men's program can no longer do that. A mixed team event means men and women. You have to develop your women's program to give you that kind of backup, that kind of support. So if one of you men should lose, or two of you men should lose, you've got women in there who can come through and do that. The same thing goes for the women's teams that were previously strong. If you want to be involved in a team event, it's men and women.
Yeah, well, I think that China, they're prime example for that one. And then on the other side of that, Georgia, strong men's team, not so strong for the ladies. But, I think that the big thing is that Canada doing absolutely incredibly well here, fighting for third place and, winning some really important matches. And I think they've shown that that smaller teams or teams that haven't quite got the same budget and the depth of fighters to choose from, that they have a chance here if they develop their men's and women's teams together.
I know there might be a few of you at home that say, "Oh, Neil's saying it because he's got a connection with Canada." There's a more important point here. Canada didn't feature in the medal table. They were out of it completely. They were down in 39, and when you put the men's team together with the women's team, that's what lifted them up there, because they had people who were there or thereabouts. So when it came to tough contests, they were in there. It lifted them right up to a 5th place finish. That's a terrific result.
I think they were prime examples. They had several fighters that were close and could have performed and got medals at the World Championships. It never quite happened for them, and so they had something to prove. They came into the team competition, and that's exactly what they did.
They were the best performing team outside of the medal winners, Canada.
For sure, absolutely assured.
And then the other thing that I wanted to mention was from the individuals about Teddy Riner. He hasn't always been the person that I've spoken about in the best possible ways, because sometimes I felt that he's eased his way into win. He's had a good draw. No one is really given a big fight. People came here
looking for Teddy Riner. They were looking to see if they could knock him off his perch. Every time he was called upon to come up with the win, he did, in style this time.
Yeah, no, he did. And so they're leading out now for the medal ceremony of this first ever mixed World Team Championships.
Here come the teams and the final places. Well, you can see that there. There is the awarding party.
Well, that's funny. You know, they were all standing where they wanted to stand, and because there's so many fighters involved in this, and that means not only the ones that were fighting, but the reserves as well. It's taken as a squad, because you put a squad of fighters forward, and then you can select off your squad, and so the squad is part of the team effort.
And Teddy Riner was in the squad, but never made an appearance. He's up there to get a medal.
Can't be bad, can it?
His name was on the sheet, but he just never came out. It was Cyril Marais. I know they mentioned that already, but Cyril Marais fought all the contests. The bronze medals are going to go to Korea, who line up in front of France. Those are our bronze medalists. But we'll wait until they come on with them. There's that. I'm not quite sure if you can see in the far left corner of the shot there, the trophy. Right, stepping up first of all to receive their medals are the team of Korea. Republic of Korea receiving their medals from Dr. Tot Laszlo, the president of the Hungarian Judo Association.
Yeah, good performance from the Koreans, and I thought that it was an excellent match, bronze medal match with Canada. Canada did themselves proud, but it was Kwon and Jean Kwak, Kim and Kim. In the end, the team that actually went out there and did it in that final bronze medal match.
Yeah, we're lucky to have the full list of the Korean team here, so why not? An
Absolutely.
Bao, An Chang-rim, Kwak Dong-han, Lee Jae-young, Kim Sung-min, Won Jung-hoon, Ji Yun-so, Kwon Yu-jung, Jong Hae-jun, Kim Sing-yeon, Kim Min-jung and Park Yu-jin. We didn't see Park at all, and the two coaches there were Coach Bae, he's a nice guy, I like him, Bae Sung-il and Kim Ho-yeon. That's the lot.
See, I'm glad that you did that.
That's your lot.
France always there. They're always in this team, aren't they? Always involved in team competitions, and they'll go away and have a little look at this and have a look at where they went wrong, because it is a new format. They've got 3 years to get it right before the Olympic Games.
Doing the presentation for the second set of bronze medals is Boris Rotenberg, who's involved with the International Judo Fund. He's a keen saxophonist. Plays a mean saxophone, does Boris, and a pianist.
See, only you would know something like that. I wouldn't pick up on that.
And whilst we've got time, his saxophone teacher is Vitaly Vatula, and his piano teacher is Maria Nemtsova. There's that.
Brilliant. So this French team...
Right, let's go through it.
Let's just go on, you do it.
Okay.
Off you go.
Benjamin Axus, Pierre Duprat, Axel Clerget, Loic Pietri, Cyril Marais, Teddy Riner, Priscilla Neto, Helene Rossovaux, Clarice Akbegnenou, Marie-Eve Gahi, Emily Andiol, and a newcomer, look at that, into the team, World Championship gold medal, Roman Dicko.
We'll go for bronze.
Yeah. Sorry. Wait, pardon?
Bronze.
Yeah. sorry.
They didn't win it this time, but they will do next time, I'm sure, or they'll be up there roundabout. But always, the French, like I said, involved in team competition and such an amazing team nation. Great. Teddy Riner gets his second medal.
Coaches were Labi Ben Boudaoud and Franck Chambly. Right, here we got the silver medal for Brazil.
Well, they've got to be proud of their day, and they are such a skillful nation, second biggest judo nation in the world, I think, next to Japan, certainly with the amount of people that are doing and practicing judo and jiu-jitsu there, and it is immense. When you go over there and you train there, it's incredibly big as a sport.
Eduardo Barbosa, Marcello Contini, Eduardo Bettoni, Victor Penalba, David Muro, Rafael Silva, Erica Miranda, Rafaela Silva, Maria Portela, Maria Suellen Alterman, and Beatrice Souza, were the judoka representing Brazil. The coaches were Fulvio Miyata and Luis Shinohara. Didn't see much of him today, Mr. Shinohara.
Went away from them, didn't it, really, the final. You were right. The first three world champions just to open it up. Difficult to come back from that.
They were rocking after that, weren't they? The gold medal goes to Japan. They step up to receive their gold medals. Your thoughts then, Neil, on the Japanese team?
Well, what can you say? I mean, it is all what judo is all about, and we want open judo. That's what we're trying to initiate with the rules, and we want people to throw for ippon. These are, pure judo people. It's everything we want. It's all about throwing, all about transitioning down to ground. So we're an all-over sport as far as that's concerned. And this is, judo at its very best.
Thomas Bach, the IOC president, alongside Marius Wiese, the IJF president, presenting the medals to the winning Japanese team, who were made up of Hashimoto Soichi, Nakaya Riki, Nagasawa Kenta, Harazawa Hisayoshi, Ojitani Takeshi, Udaka Nae, Yoshida Tsukasa, Arai Shizuru, Nizoe Saki, Asahina Sara, and Sone Akira. The coaching staff were Inoue Koze and Masushi Katsuyuki. And there is that trophy we were talking about.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Who's going to hold this cup up? Who have they got to hold it up?
Udaka Nae. She steps forward.
Well, they'd obviously selected that. I wonder how you'd select that one. Well, let's have a world champion stand up there and, maybe one or two. She had to hold it up. Just had to go for it.
It's funny that the Japanese selected Udaka Nae when they've got, the three world champions in there, and neither of them got a look at it. Because they could have given it to Yoshida or Arai.
Well, don't forget Wolf as well, but he wasn't down on the list, was he, for some reason?
And now the national anthem of Japan. Well, to wrap things up, at the end of these World Championships, here's Neil Adams.
Well, after 7 days of intense, incredible judo, well, Sheldon and I, well, we're just about exhausted. But, well, we've got to say goodbye. But Japan showed their depth. As I just said there, in the individual competition, they came out top. But there were new world champions as well from some smaller countries here that showed that we really are a truly international country for judo. And today we finished a memorable week with the new team format. This is how the Olympic team competition is going to look. It looks absolutely amazing, and it's been a pleasure for us to commentate it today. It was exciting, it was dramatic, and well, until the next time, from both of us here, me, Neil Adams, Sheldon Franco Rooks, right, it's goodbye from both of us.
Team of Korea and France, silver medalist Team of Brazil, and gold medalist Team of Japan. This is the end of the 2017 Suzuki World Judo Championships. Thank you very much, Budapest. Thank you very much, everybody.
Még egyszer szeretnénk gratulálni a sportolónak és edzőnek az elért sikerekhez. Ezen nem véget ért a 2017.